Greetings and salutations, and this is Pandora the Eclectic, adjusting her camera because she aimed it a little too low on her face. Anyways, I'm answering back to a question that was given by, I think he goes, I think it was on my goodness, let me make sure I have that name pronunciation just right, because, you never want to mispronounce someone's name here on YouTube. It's a nightmare. Anyways, it's WNKPAG. Apparently, he left a comment on my feminism versus porn video, which I'll link down below, and you can check out the comment yourself. However, I'm going to read it over again, and this was really hard for me to figure out what's being said, but anyways, I'm going to read it to you. It was in reply to, I guess, he asked me, are you a feminist? I'm a manism. Okay. I told him I am a WAF, a woman against feminism. You know, that women against feminism thing on Tumblr? Yeah. Looking at it right here. I did a video, well, not video, I page or something. You could see some of my face, but not the whole thing. Okay, let's see. And he responded back. You responded back with, "I want women to have rights as they deserve. I like working with a woman being my boss." Which, that's cool. I'm definitely fine with a woman being your boss, just like I'm perfectly fine with a man being my boss. The only thing I would probably say is what we both deserve, which is fair, just, equal pay, and that we are not treated poorly. That's it. That is, and there's no sexual harassment or anything that's entailed in that. And if there is any, then it's dealt with the proper way. Okay, that's what needs to be done in most workplaces. At least that's my understanding. Anyways, now he goes on to bring up the LGBT, where it's okay. Rest of it is, where LGBT is concerned, I think marriage needs to be outlawed. No one respects the blessing of a child or have a law written. People can't have children until they are 30 years old, and gives the idiots more time to grow up and experience life. What do you think? Well, actually, I kind of think there should be not just this is not just with gay people, by the way. I want to make perfectly clear. It's not just gay people. This is straight people as well. I'm thinking, yeah, there needs to be certain things to make clear. Like, let's put it this way: I'm actually not opposed to men and women living together. And in fact, I think we should do that for a year. And this depends on the person, by the way. I think there should be something where you live with each other for a year, and sorry if this eye's red. Took a bath, so thanks to soap and its lovely, lovely stuff, it's making this one red. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think there should be limits on that. I wish there kind of was that, because there are times where there's people who get married, then divorced at least 2 months later, then get married again, then divorced again. Married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. And I kind of think this is something that should be done with both, all people of any sexuality out there. Mostly because I think It's friggin' ridiculous that these people are allowed to marry, and then, all this money goes into the courts, and, it's just wasting a lot of public funds. That's really what I view it as. But I don't think gay marriage should be illegal. Mostly because we live in a country where we have freedom of speech, where we live in a democracy, okay? And it is not ruled by any form of religion, okay? It had nothing to do with religion, so, yeah, the laws that were based in this book, or any book involving religion at all, this is just an example I'm holding up, so don't get offended if you're a Christian. Yeah, I think we cannot run this country in that way of religion. It just will not fly. And I most time, yes, I very much agree with you. Well, no. No, I disagree, sorry. I think I think LGBT should be allowed to get, be, anyone of any sexuality should be allowed to get married. It shouldn't be legal because, frankly, they just probably would run off and get married elsewhere. However, there is a law that's going to try to make it be almost as bad as it was to make it illegal to begin with. They're planning to implement a law in my state where basically you cannot get married unless a preacher is going to do it. So basically, they're discriminating against people who are gay, if you're an atheist, or any, you don't believe in any God, or you don't know there's a God, or whatever spectrum you are on. And, of course, if you're a Christian, and you pray, and you believe in God, and all that shit, but you just don't want to get married in a church, because it is a fuck ton of money, and God knows it takes away any liberty you want with your own wedding. Okay? I don't think people quite are aware of how marriages or weddings are done in this country. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's people who do big weddings, and I'm like, tone it down, bitch. It's not really. Let's say you get married again. Also, it adds a lot of debt for no reason whatsoever. But let's just put it that way. I think that's my point. I do think gay marriage should be legal because, frankly, I'd say, yeah, let the gay people have marriage, and and I think gay adoption should be legal because, again, there's really no good reason for it not to be other than the typical reasons we'd have for anyone else to not get married, okay? And I would probably say I wish there were those kinds of restrictions like the ones I mentioned, because in my opinion, the restrictions of making sure people, that would be pretty much what anyone who's getting married. You spend time with each other, you get married, well, you live with each other for at least a year, and if you two fucking hate each other, then there you go. You leave. Okay. Now, some people would bring the whole, milk and whatever. I would say, yes, but at the same time, if they haven't had kids or whatever, then, yeah, then it's fine. Or if they, one gets pregnant and, he's sticking with her because God knows. And not just because, oh, I love her or something. Okay? But, he's not entangled with the idea of marriage or whatever. Then, yeah, I would not have an issue. I don't think there's that much of an issue. But, that's my point of view. I hope that explains it. I had a hard time understanding the actual question being asked. because I wasn't sure if you were talking about marriage in general or just talking about LGBT. But anyways, this is Pandora the Eclectic, telling you all to click subscribe, follow me on links below, and keep it frosty.